isolation, loneliness is how I feel with regards to my belief in total freedom. If this is your first time listening, I welcome you. Thank you very much for taking your time to listen to my podcast. I podcast about freedom. I believe in complete and total freedom, which means I do not like violence in any form. The biggest violence that we continue to perpetuate amongst ourselves is government. But it's just a symptom of non-peaceful parenting, irrational social institutions that have brought us this far. So that is why my objective in life, part of my objectives in life is to get to the root. Government is not the root, but is a symptom. A very violent upbringing, an irrational upbringing. So that's what I'm going after. Peaceful parenting, rational, anything peaceful. You want to do something, do it peacefully. So that's what I do. And to be honest, it's kind of lonely. It's interesting though. More than a year ago, I listened to David Friedman. David Friedman, the son of Milton Friedman. And I was listening to one of his podcasts as a podcast, YouTube videos. And he made mention that he's an anarchist, meaning he does not believe in government. And that totally blew my mind. Like, not surprised. I was like, how can you, it totally doesn't make sense to me at that time. How could you not believe in government? What kind of person are you? You know? I guess he wasn't, the way he preached, the way he preached anarchism wasn't logical for me to go from where I was to where I am now. That's probably why I didn't catch that. Because he wasn't talking about the real problem. The real problem, the focus is government. And that totally takes away the focus from what the cause is. Which is irrational upbringing and violent upbringing. Through the family, through cultures, social institutions. Now, when I started listening to Stefan Molyneux of Freedom Radio, he made the connection for me. Through the morality, the non-aggression principle. That was what was missing for me. And it totally clicked. Now, it did not happen the first time I listened to Stefan. It took me a while. Actually, I went from I support 50% of government to like 30 to like 10 and to like 0. So it's progressive. And that brings me to why I think if you also do not believe in violence, government inclusive, you and I might not realize a world that has no government today, because the natural progression of people is really step by step. So I started learning programming. I have to take it little by little to be really good at making websites and applications. I haven't gone from 0 to 100. It doesn't happen. So the progression towards total, complete freedom is going to be a while. That is the sad reality, and really conforms to the way humans learn. Now, alert. I'm going to use a strong word so that you get what I'm trying to say. Is real, and so that you can see how sad the reality is. It's literally like saying, we used to, because government is rape, we used to rape 1 million people. So our progress, instead of not raping at all, it's like 900,000. Did I say 100 million? 1 million, for example. So we'll go from 1 million to 900,000 to 800,000. That's what is happening. It is absolutely disgusting and just plain sad. So we used to be kings and queens. It used to be only few people dictate human progress. Now, with democracy, more people are involved in shaping the world through voting. So, in that order, I think the world is headed towards a better world. Unfortunately, we have to continue to still rape ourselves until, and will progress until we do not anymore. But we are not going from, people are not gonna go from our current situation that people are continually being raped to zero rape. No. Unfortunately, no. It's gonna progress with the way humans are. So yeah, if that's your situation like I am, I certainly feel isolated. I used to post a lot on my Facebook about what kind of government structure we need. I even drafted a new constitution for Nigeria, a little one. Mostly I copy and paste that of the United States. I just changed it to suit Nigeria's climate. So I had things to say, but now I don't even say nothing about politics on my Facebook account. And not because I don't want to, it's because my acceptance of total freedom completely has changed my trajectory. Why? Well, because government is not a problem. It's a symptom of irrational and violent upbringing through the family, through social institutions. That's what it is. We go after that. That's what will make a lasting solution. When we raise our children to talk rather than use violence to achieve their means, yeah, government is going to feather the way. Violence is going to feather away, and at the same time, prosperity will increase, peace will increase. Like you might think the world is a lot more violence now. That is absolutely wrong. Violence have actually decreased a lot. I don't have the stats now, but I have seen it. Violence have reduced. And I think that's because more people, we are making that progression from only few people decide the fate of the majority to more people now deciding for others. Until, and our direction will be you deciding for yourself, me deciding for myself. That is the ultimate direction. That is freedom. Excuse me. Yeah. There is definitely that isolation. And me trying to achieve my objectives, which is peaceful parenting, and really trying to educate people about that. So it's completely different. It's completely different. I actually don't. Other than this podcast, I don't really know how to start. But I have a little bit of plan. I'm gonna start telling people not to beat their kids, not to beat students in school, which is very common in Africa and other parts of the world. Then, small things like that. Debunk what people don't know. Debunk it, give them facts, and hopefully they use it. If their minds and society are used to facts and evidence, people will catch up. Facts and evidence, they are lightning rod, at least for me. But sometimes it does take a while to really get your mindset out of what we have been indoctrinated to believe. I used to beat kids as a teacher. I used to teach. I saw nothing wrong with that at the time. Nothing. It was something I have to do as a teacher to discipline kids. I want to shed tears when I think about these horrible things I've done. It is absolutely disgusting. And it did nothing to help these kids. There was this kid, I think he has a Down syndrome. Because he would just stood up from his desk, from his seat, and start going around. And I know he has something, like he's not well, he's not too well. But I will beat the heck out of that kid. So I'm trying to, the kid is not well, and I'm beating him for that. How terrible I was. honestly, I didn't know any better. I was beaten, and the society didn't frown. In fact, it is allowed okay at home, it is okay outside of home. People use it as a means of discipline. I didn't know. Maybe I wasn't smart enough to know, to figure out myself, but I didn't. I can't do that. I can't even look at the aspect of my life again. I don't want to remember. So these are the kinds of things that we need to debunk. Give people facts. Facts make sense, and hopefully people will catch up with facts. This is way too long than I thought it would be. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.